Sorry, new video. My sister called, messed everything up. All right, so let's start over here. So obviously 0 and 0%. And we know that there's 20 students in the class. So that's 100%. We know 75% are taller than 60 inches, okay? So we have to figure out what 75% is. Can we go from 100 to 75? No. But what goes into both of these? What's a factor of both of these? If you said 5, you're correct. If you said 25, you're correct. I'm going to do 5 this time just to show how it still works. I want to actually do both with you. So I know I have to divide this by 4 to get to 25, and then times it by 3 to get to 75, right? So let's do that real quick. So we're going to do, now we have to do this number. 20 divided by 4 to get to 25% is 5. Times that by 3, it's 15, right? Let's also do it for 5. So if I do 100 divided by 20, I get 5%. So if I do 20 divided by 20, so 5% is 1 kiddo, right? One of you little buggers. Then to get to 75%, I know I have to times that by 15. 1 times 15 is 15, okay? So there's 15 students. And then on B, Bobby wants to leave a tip for her waitress equal to 15% of her bill. Bobby's bill for lunch was $18. How much money represents 15%? So this one, again, we can really do this with mental math, right? Always think 10%, right? And 1%. So what is 10% of 18? Well, we know we move the decimal place over once. So we know that's going to be $1.80. Guys with me on that? Okay. So we know we want to leave a 15% tip. So we found 10%. How are we going to find 5%? Well, what's half of 10? 5. So 5% of 18 is going to be half of $1.80, which is what? 90 cents. We total that up to get $2.70. Okay, this is a skill that, like, seriously, I use all the time when I'm tipping somebody or anything like that, you know, and figuring it out. Like, always think about 10%. You know, if it was 25%, right? Well, we know we'd have $1.80 twice and then 90 cents. Right? Again, just quick mental math, the way we can do percentages. All right, so before we go to our exercise, let's relook our equation, right? So we know our quantity equals percent times our whole, right? Everyone with me on that, right? Our percentages times the whole number equals this, okay? So as we look at this, express 9 hours as a percentage of 3 days. So 3 days is our whole. But remember, are these in the same unit? No, Mr. Benoit, they're not. 3 days is 72 hours. So we have 72 times a percentage. Do we know our percentage? No. And that's going to equal our quantity of 9 hours. Everyone with me on that? So to make this quickly easier, I'm going to just divide 72 on both sides. Right? 9 divided by 72 will equal our percentage. So 9 divided by 72. That gives me 0.125 or 125 thousandths. Okay? But that's not a percentage, right? Remember, percentages first come as decimals. How do we turn it into a percent? We times it by 100. So the percentage would be, move the decimal twice, boop, boop, 12 and 5/10%. Richard works from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Well, that's a busy day. His dinner break is 75% of the way through his work shift. I mean, that's a long day. That's 12, that's a 15-hour shift. Easy there, Richard. Easy there. All right, so Richard works from 11 to 3. His dinner break is 75% of the way through his work shift? What time is Richard's dinner break? So we know that 0 and 0, right? Double underline, and 100% here. Okay. How many hours does he work? Well, he works, I think I said it before, but I'm messing up. So 12 hours plus 4 more is 16 hours. He's working a 16-hour shift. Everyone with me on that? How we got 16 there? Because that's how long the shift is. So 75% way through, he gets his dinner break. So again, we've done this multiple times within the past 2 videos. Can we go from 100 to 75? No. But what factor do they have in common? 25%. So I'm going to divide by 4 here to get to there. So I'm going to divide 16 by 4, which is 4. So 25% of his work is done in 4 hours, right? We could have quickly figured that out by thinking about what's 50%. Well, half of 16 is 8, and then half of 50 is 4, right? So if 25% is 4, we times this by 3 to get to 75. We're going to get 12 hours at 75%. Now, did we answer the question, though? The question asks, what time is Richard's dinner break? So it's 12 hours into his shift. So 12 hours from 11, add 12 hours would be 11 p.m. I don't know about you, but I don't like dinner then. I'm a 5 o'clock dinner kind of guy. Okay. Let's go to 3. I'm going to do 3 with you. I'm going to expect you to do 4 on your own on the classwork, 5 and 6, and then I'm going to leave you an exit ticket and all the other fun work stuff. So, at a playoff basketball game, there were 370 fans cheering for Mr. Benoit, School A, and 555 fans cheering for School B, also Mr. Benoit. They love me. Express the number of fans cheering for School A as a percentage of number of fans who are cheering for School B. So, we make our double number line. You know, it's funny, as I sit here and do this at school, it's really quiet. I'm waiting for someone to just be standing at my door and be like, what is wrong with this guy? Check, please. All right, so we know 0% is 0 people, 100%. So we're comparing School A to School B. So School B is the 100%, which is 555 fans. And we're trying to figure out what 370 would be. Right? Now, again, let's think of our equation we talked about up here. Quantity equals percentage times whole. So our quantity equals percentage times whole. What's our whole? 55. So 55, or 555, I'm sorry. It's getting late here. We times that by our percentage, we get our quantity of 370. Everyone with me on that? So I divide 555 on both sides. Now, and think about this. Where would 370 land? Is it going to be less than or greater than 50%? Because 50%, and I'll put 50% right here. Let me erase that. Okay, 50% of that is approximately 275, we'll say. Right? That's approximately, because double 275 is 550. So, again, this is not the correct answer. It's an approximate. It's me estimating. So, I know my answer should be greater than 50%. By a pretty good shot, right? So we know we're going to be in anywhere between 50. Are we going to be 90%? Probably not. Are we going to be 55? So my guess is between 60 and 90%. Let's see. So again, I did my quantity, 370 equals my percentage, which I'm trying to find, times my whole. I divided 555 on both sides to get P equals, my calculator is also wrong, so bear with me. it is 66 hundredths repeating. So I'm going to say 667 thousandths. Times that by 100 to be turned into a percentage. So I get 66.7%. And does that fall in our range? Right? 66.7%. Yeah, it's between that 60 and 90. And we know that equals 370. Makes sense. Now it says, express the number of fans cheering for school B as a percentage of the number of fans cheering for school A. Okay, so here's what we know, right? Double number line. It just helps us visualize it, guys. I know you're sick of drawing them, but it also doesn't take much. Okay, we know 100% here is school A, which is 370 fans. So where is the 555 going to land? We obviously know it's going to be greater than 100%, right? So again, we're using that same equation. Quantity equals percent times the whole. What is my whole? This time it's 370. My percentage is P, and my quantity is 555. I divide 370 on both sides. And I get. Oh, I'll have to double check to see if it's right, but I'm getting P equals 1 5/10. And I times that by 100, and I get 150%. Sorry. Okay, now I know what's 50% going to be, so let's find half of it and let's see if we're right. This is how I would check my work. So half of 300 is 150. Half of 70 is 35. So 50 and 35 is 85. I'm sorry. Well, 150 plus 35 is 185 people. So if I add this 50% to 100%, I should get 150%. Let's see. So 370, 0 plus 5 is 5. 7 plus 8 is 15, so 5 carry the 1. Yeah, we're right. Pretty cool. What percent more fans were there from school B than school A? So what percentage? How much more fans were there for school B than school A? Well, how much more? How far is it from 100 to 150? 50%. Best of luck with this. I think you'll have some struggles on some of these, and that's okay. I think a quick reminder, so please don't hesitate to email me. The best way to get a hold of me is to email me. We can set up a time to chat. Or again, you guys should have my phone number, 802-274-6482. Please call me whenever. Don't call me at 5 a.m. in the morning, please. Wait till 6. Or don't call me at 7 o'clock at night, okay? Anywhere from, think about regular school hours, okay? If you're really itching, you want to call me at 4:30, that's fine. If you're up early in the morning, you're working at 6:30, that's fine, okay? But, all right, we're in this together. Good luck.